Namaste and greetings to you, my beautiful souls. The subject of today's reading came to me after I have listened for about an hour. The incredible wise man Osho, and he was saying that we always forget about today and we leave our hopes for tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, then our today is our yesterday's tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, disappoint us again, and instead of being here and now, because this is all we have, we start off hoping for tomorrow or for the nearest future, because now we are not happy. The hope is like anesthesia, like alcohol, like something would helps us, but at the same time hope holds us from taking real actions in order to get where we want to be or need to be. So the subject of today's reading: what would you a year from now advise you, which is here and now? You 1 year from now advising you this, you today. So your future self giving the advice to you right now. Let us see, because away from our planet, the time is linear. There is no past, future, or present. All happens simultaneously. So, as we are on this planet now, let us see what your future you wants to tell you now. And I'm going to be using the Light Seer deck, and I want you to choose from number 1 to 3, because I'm going to put down 3 cards for pile number 1, for pile number 2, and pile number 3. So far, choose your pile. Asking the spirits of fire, earth, air, and water, the guides, the keepers, the guardians, to give us the answers to our questions with gratitude to my forehead, to my mouth, to my heart. This is going to be number 1. Your future self wants to tell you what? Page of Wands, 4 of Wands, and the Lovers. We put the Lovers card in the middle because this is major arcana, and all the cards of minor arcana strengthening major arcana. And you see the of course the Lovers card, the card of choices, the card of choices we make. So what exactly your future self, yourself a year from now, would tell you? Yes, for you, you are a romantic. You are really, really a big romantic. And for you, happiness, joy comes not as much from yourself, but from someone else. You definitely have the pull to someone. But the thing is that also you tend to devote yourself to the one you love, and to do one serious mistake, you melt, disappear in the man you love. you stop existing. You only see the world through the eyes of this man. You only can breathe when you look into his eyes. And you only put him on pedestal and see your entire universe in this man. If you are alone right now, you are trying and wanting to find this man. Your heart is ruling you, but your emotions also ruling you. And this is not something you should be doing. Love is beautiful and wonderful and great and awesome. But you yourself should not be forgotten. Because when we look into the eyes, when this man looks into your eyes and does not see you there, he sees only his own reflection in you, in your eyes. Then sooner or later he becomes bored, and this love becomes uninteresting because he sees himself. But when he sees you as well in your eyes, not just himself, when he can see you there, your personality, your fire, your goals, your dreams, the fire, the sacred fire of your soul, you are shining, then it's interesting. Then he's growing through your power within, and you are growing from his power within you. This can be seen in the cards next to it. We have Four of Wands, and in the deck of Light Seer, we see a tent here and two women dancing. So it's different from classical deck. They are dancing. This is called bubin, but I don't know how it's called in English. It's like they are in the wind, in the nature. Their flames right here, like if they were participating in some shamanic ritual. And right here, when we see Page of Wands, we also see a woman flying, if she was flying and being completely free. And what do you see in these three cards? What advice? That yes, loving someone is beautiful and wonderful, but not when you completely lose yourself. And both of the cards, look at these cards, how they depict absolute freedom, absolute freedom, freedom of everything. You see Page of Wands, and this a woman flying in a circle of a sunlight, sunshine. A Page of Wands also is like a card of a traveler, of discovering. She is discovering herself. It's a traveler. She travels through spaces, places. She brings new things to people, teaches people something new, and everyone is happy to see her. This is movement. Both of these cards are the cards of movement. And here We don't see the movement. We see her completely disappearing in the man's eyes, completely almost non-existent without him. So advice here is really simple and at the same time difficult. This love can be resulting very beautiful relationship. And if you are single right now, if you are alone, if you are not with someone, not with anyone right now, then this is a card of meeting someone very special. But what you need to do for that, the movement and joy is necessary. And in none of this card, a woman is with a man, or there is a man in these two cards. But she's full of creativity, full of movement. And this very often, this means meeting someone not where you live, meeting someone when you travel. And as you can see, also she, I could read it that this girl signs up for like some, training, shamanic training, in somewhere in the mountains or in the desert or in the, in Mexico, somewhere next to pyramids, because this is a tent, but it can be read as a pyramid. And she goes there, flying in the wind, experiencing things, learning things, teaching things, also others, teaching others these beautiful things. Is fire and fire. We have two cards of fire. And then she meets this man, or if you already have this man, you tear yourself away from him and go in order to discover something new somewhere away from the place you live. And while you discover something new, you start seeing the situation between you and this man completely differently. And the experience changes your vibration, and the experience opens you to this man from completely different perspective. And everything can end up beautifully as you want, because Four of Wands in classical deck is a card of togetherness and marriage. But in this deck, we are looking for an advice, and advice says joy has to become your very core. New creativity, learning, traveling, dancing in the wind, discovering yourself and your place in this world. And then it can bring you incredible results. So I would say, if very simply, if you were dreaming for a long time to travel to Mexico, or I don't know, to Egypt, to somewhere, or learn shamanic culture or Wicca culture in Ireland or something like this, both of cards saying go, 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 enjoy, breathe, fly in the wind, discover yourself, allow others discover you, and it can bring you to really what you want to get, true love. All right, this is number one. Let's see. Put it right here. Number two. Advice from future you to you today. How can you get where you want to be? King of Wands. King of Wands. For some of you, probably this man you are thinking about, probably even looking like him. The Fool. death. Death card and rebirth. Very interesting depiction of death card. Wow, man. Oh, well, two major arcanas. And what can I do if we are clearly having a man, a king of wands, who looks like a very bad boy? Interesting thing that in classical deck, a bad boy is a king of swords. Here, I'll try to show him very closely to you. Here you see a bad boy king of wands in his unfortunately negative aspect. And the advice of a future you to you now clearly is about king of wands who, unfortunately, as I said, why in his negative aspect? Because we have death card and the Fool card. Fool is unborn child, 0 arcana. And the death is the death of that child who already finished his physical life and goes now to the realm of spirit. So we are having two arcanas showing you clearly ending of something in order to start something new. And the reason of that all is a bad boy. Why I say bad boy? Because of death and Fool. Bad boy who was playing negative aspect of king of wands. The end of empire. Very very hot womanizer, manipulative, knowing his power, very stubborn, very proud and considering himself, even snobbish, proud, considering himself above everyone else, unfortunately considering women easy to play with, easy to press buttons, powerful, ambitious, leader, but not a leader of a heart, but if he sees his own goods, he does it. Absolutely irresponsible and requires people to be dust at his feet. Could be even like a tyrant of some sort, waiting and hoping for him to improve anyhow is not a good idea. Of course, take what resonates. Also, he likes to brag. He is the most selfish being in the world, and can't imagine someone say no to him. If this rings the bell, if this is a man you're dealing with, then advice from future you to you now is rather simple. Honey, end this and start new. Because he is the way he is. As simple as that. I am reading the cards. He is as simple as that. But the problem also is that you don't really have him. He doesn't belong to anyone. He does not belong to anyone. He has feelings and emotions to anyone. And being with him, you see, with the men like this, can only be walking on eggshells. You will irritate him if you stand up for yourself, because he expects you to be dust at his feet. But also you will irritate him if you are the slave of his, because he wants to see resistance so he can suppress that resistance. So advice is simple: death and rebirth. The situation with this man, and it's not necessarily a Leo. King of Wands, of course, mostly connected with uh, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but you also have to take into consideration that he's connected partially with Cancer and Pisces, Jupiter in Cancer and Pisces to be exact, but it can be pretty much anyone. It was a karmic situation, and you've paid your karma to this. It brought you to death and rebirth. For some of you, this is all. This is a present. For some of you, this is kind of already in the past. And the Fool talks of leaving the past in the past and a new beginning. Clear message here: your karma with this man is done. It's already paid. You have paid and you have learned your lessons already. So please don't waste your time no more, because the situation with him is pretty much over. The thing is that you didn't really have him as a part of your life. How to say, you probably thought you were in relationship with him, but he doesn't consider himself being in relationship. It's not a someone who commits to someone. So pretty much it was already, by the time we are reading it, in your future self tells you this is already over with this man. So please don't waste no more time, because this is what is ahead of you. Absolute new zero arcana. And look again, we have a girl. We have a girl standing, and you see the sacred geometry, the sacred symbology right here. She's standing at the edge of a cliff, but she's not gonna fall because the divine force is gonna hold her. So please leave this already behind, because as soon as you do that, something new is gonna burst into your life. Absolutely new feelings, emotions, new cycle of a life. Please understand that after death comes new life. Death is only new beginning. This is your new beginning for so many things. Could be even traveling somewhere. Very, very significant, unplanned, unexpected things, decisions to be made. But please trust the divine, trust the universe, because it's already there. It's knocking your door. And if you get stuck, you're gonna simply waste time, and you're not gonna see that new knocking your door. You might not hear that knocking. So this is their advice for future you to you now. And we will take the deck, the next 3 cards. I'm sorry. No, it's and it's an upright. Why is it in reversed? All right, I put it in reversed. I have to read it in reversed. In reverse. No, what? How? Okay. Okay, 3 cards reversed. The thing is, see, this is upright position. I'm holding in an upright position. Probably they messed up, but look at the card. We all are afraid of. We all are scared of. We all don't want to see. The 3 of Swords. It's bad in upright. It's bad in reversed position. And who had done it to you? Magician in upright position. Again, a man. And what you're going through? Judgment in reversed position. You're holding on to this. Magician is not good in, we definitely have a situation connected with love relationship. As much as I try not to connect this reading, it was just advice with love relationship, this is what we have here. Magician is not good in love relationship, even in upright position, but in reversed position next to this, because this is an advice of a future you to you. There's probably not something happened already, so you have to be careful. And we did have karmic, because this is a card of karma. Judgment is always a card of karma. But you were dealing with a reversed magician, or you are dealing with a reversed magician now. So of course, someone cruel, manipulative, someone who was playing you. But you have to understand that magician plays so skillfully that sometimes you can know him for 20 years and you will never know what it is. Dr. Romani explains them in her videos. Narcissist, psychopath, sociopath, manipulator, extremely sexual, sensual, smart, intelligent, but with 0 principles, cruel, sly, blackmail, gaslighting, lies. The thing is that he was doing or is doing all of these things to you. If this is something in the past, if this has already happened, then this card show you still holding on to it. If it did not happen, then you have to be careful if something what I say rings the bell. You know that I read you the cards. 3 of Swords is bad in any upright or reversed. But this, for some of you already happened, but you resist. You don't want to believe that this man was capable of doing this. I'm sorry, my dog. You cannot believe that this man could do that, whatever he had done. Broke your heart. But if in upright position, the only positivity we can find here is that you know what happened, you accepted it, it's incredible pain, but you know. So the truth came out. When truth came out, no one no longer can use you, lie to you, or do wrong things. In reversed, heart frozen, heart broken. You don't feel anything. But at the same time, you still want to hold on to illusion. You still don't want to believe in truth. You still don't want to believe what this man had done. You still want to stay and hold on to the belief that somehow miracle is going to happen. You're going to wake up and all of this turn out to be a lie. This is meeting with yourself. Your intuition was screaming loudly, that's going to happen, but you didn't want to listen, because this happens when you knew. I did experience that, and part of me knew it would happen. If you read my book, then it would be about chapter The Abyss in San Francisco. But right here you see judgment. Judgment when a soul coming out free. You want freedom, and your future self tells yourself, please face the truth and please be reborn again. Become new. No one is your enemy, no one is your friend, but everyone is your teacher. Please, you have to find in yourself the strength to leave this situation in the past, to heal. Because you are dwelling in this pain and hoping that you miraculously gonna wake up, and it turns out to be not true. And you became a prisoner of this hope. As soon as you cut this off, as soon as you let yourself be free, because this was karmic situation, and move forward, things are going to start unfolding in front of you. This is very important message here, because if you're hoping, you're slowing down, or you're afraid, or you're blaming yourself, or please don't do that. This has to be left. This is the device of a future you to you. This is your higher self telling you now. You year from now telling you now. So if this rings the bell, then this is the message to you. If it doesn't ring the bell, then it's message for someone else. This is all, my beautiful queens, for this reading. I am wishing you all the best. Namaste.